Hello, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Yes.
Hello, everyone.
People, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Hey, thank you for joining us this evening. How are you all doing? How are you? Hey, hello. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you, Desmond, for joining us. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Hello, Desmond.
I have you here. This is actually a year that you've been here.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
I come in once in the blue moon.
So good. Hey, I think I can see Brashola there. Thank you for joining us. Yes, Brashola is there. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, these are the people who are going to spoil me today.
Yes, so so good to see you, my lovely people. Yes, so so good to see you. So good to see you. So good. How is Madam and the children? How are they? How are you guys doing? Let's just enjoy things on a day. 1, 2 minutes, then we'll start. Please tag somebody. Let's do this together. Yeah. Adúró gbọ̀ngbọ̀n lẹ́yìn aṣòótọ́, kò jẹ́ ronú ibi rárá. Ìmọ̀síkúgà. He initiated me to sing Sunny Ade music. Let's just wait a little bit for our people to join us. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, guys. Hey, finally, I drag him here. He's been escaping for months and months. Eh? Oh, you found.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
Good to see you guys. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Tag somebody. Let's do this together. Yeah, next week is gonna be Valentine. No, upper Monday, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah, upper Monday. Yeah. Oh, that's better. That's better. Lójú àtẹ̀gùn.
Oh,
Bí
that's
ọ̀pọ̀
my
bá
name.
ṣe ń yọ. Ìmọ̀síkúgà. Eh, finally, yes, so I have to drag him, honestly. I said, we're doing this together. He always be behind the camera. He's, behind the scene. But today, he has to be here. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're going to start. Did I see Sister Nikki there? If you're there, please say hello. If I do not mention your name, that means I can't see you. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. Yes, we're gonna let him Sunny Ade rest now. Okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you, guys. Yes, so it's behind the scene, man. And now he's on camera. Yes. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again. It's another beautiful Saturday, as I always say. Thank you. If you're joining us for the first time, my name is Abisola Oshoteku, and I welcome you to every little thing that makes a difference. Here, we just come to discuss issues of life. At the beginning of this year have been so wonderful. We've talked about mindset, we talk about finance. Last week we talked about basically I would say cheating. Actually, we call it that can, but for better for worse, is it real, So it's been very lovely, and I just want to say to every one of you that is here this evening, thank you. And here I present to you the rock, the one, yes, the rock, the backbone of this program. I present to you my husband. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Mr. Oshotekwu, as many knows me. So I go by the name Tayo,
Tayo.
Chew for some people. And for my close and very close old pals, we still go by the name Blackie.
Blackie. Blackie. Blackie. Yes, so yeah, when you hear Blackie, those are from the hood, like, yes. Yes, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, today we're going to be sharing our love, how we met, and also some things, because last week we actually dive into so many things, and I deliberately bring a woman to us who actually was here to discuss with us and just tell us our own opinion. And it was wonderful. I watched it myself. I was like, whoa, 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 she just gave it the way it is. And that is what this program is all about. So today we will share our love story, then we will go into some things, because because we realize that a couple of things have been happening these days, and we as a couple, we've been, just chatting about it, that what is going on when it comes to marriage is as if something is in the head, something is not right anymore, based on things we watch on internet. So, okay, how do we meet?
Well,
I throw the question to you.
if I may recall,
Yeah,
you start chasing after me.
that's a good one. Okay, carry on.
Anyway, I think that was way back in Badon Poly.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, we met.
What year
Not,
is
not,
that?
not, that's way back 1997, 98.
Okay.
I believe it's 1998. Yes,
Yeah.
I remember 1998.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a long time ago.
That was long.
I feel old.
You feel old. You're young. Yes.
And since then, somehow you stole my heart, and that's it. Ever
So,
since.
yeah.
We've been together since then, anyway.
Yes. Yes. So we've been together. That was 1998. The journey started. That was where we started, and it was, we attended the same school, the Polytechnic of Ibadan. That was 1998. And, how did this start? Did you remember that night? How?
The night.
Yes, it was the night.
Mm-mm. I think ladies keep records, men, we move on.
You can't tell me, hey, where is Sukom? Is he here? Is this Sukom here? Somebody tag him.
Uncle Bambas.
Uncle Bambas, tag him. He has to be here. You know, that it was a night. That day, the night that the first time, that was actually the first time I would set my eyes on him. So he just walked in. A friend actually invited me to a friend of a friend's house, who happens to be your own neighbor, isn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike, and yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember now?
I'm putting it together, yes.
You put it, he's putting it together. So, he just walking into that room, I was like, and his head was as body as this then as well. Though he decided to, now the head go naturally. So, but then he actually scrape it off. So I was like, who is this guy? I've not seen him before. And after that night, he started chasing after me and blah, blah, blah. And we started. And here we are today, been married for over 17 17 years. Can you imagine? 17 years of
18 years this year.
18 years. It's going to be 18 years this year. So, married 18 years, blessed with four wonderful children, two boys and two girls. And actually, my mom always says it's 20, 21 years because she counted it that the day you are being paid, that they paid your dowry, that's the day you are being married. So if we have to go by that, that's 21 years ago. So that's the way we started the journey, and you traveled. Later he sent for me, I joined him, we start the journey again, and like that. And to date it has been very, very wonderful. So when did you make up your mind and say this is the person you're going to marry?
No, I believe it's the first year of us being together.
Okay.
We will fight, we will settle, we will fight, we will settle.
I can't recall they ever fight.
It's not that kind of a fight. It's not this all this arguments like, oh no, what did you do? Where did you go? Things like that. Oh, you are not at home when I came. Where were you? It's just a funny, all those petty things that a proper spouse should expect. So since then, I've been wondering, like, I'm gone already. So I've been taken. So that's it. So
Taking.
that's it. So my mind's made up, and that's it. So
Actually, if I could recall, the first after 3 weeks, he chased me after 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, I was like, okay, that's it, let's do it.
yes, she stole my heart.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Oni, for joining us. Yes, he's here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh yes. So.
Yeah, so after that, it was actually like, you actually making your intention known. If I could bring, yes, you actually said no, I don't want boyfriend and girlfriend thing. Yes. Really? You don't remember? Can you imagine that?
I just have to buy.
Really?
Yeah, I just have to buy the whole. We get your attention, so you will know that it's no play.
It's not a joke.
Yeah.
It's not a joke. So and that was it. I was like, what gave this guy this confidence? The previous relationship, it would be like, okay, let's start dating and all that and lead to whatever. But this one was like, very straightforward, and it just
I don't have time.
You don't have time.
Nah, to do all those games. Yeah. Okay, let's just see ourselves um being what we want to be as a couple, and start planning and things like that. But for me, I just believe that if I like if you truly love somebody, and you I mean, like, you think, oh, this is mine. So I think you should just start planning, and no matter how young you are then. So I just believe so.
And I'm
say happy it work out.
I'm happy too that it works out. I'm happy, and it's still working, and it will continue to work. And would you say any particular thing? Because just the chat we have been having within the house, we are bringing this foundation because we have been seeing some things that is going on the internet, and we're thinking that where did they start from? That is actually the foundation of what we are having discussion about. What is that special thing that made you choose her? Exactly. That's what I want to ask. Yes, I agree. Madam stole daddy, daddy's heart.
Do you want me to respond, Mr. Mr. Shola, Mr. Panet?
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. That's a question for you. Thank you. I was actually about to ask that question. What's the special thing?
I think, like, she have um, that kind of I wouldn't call aroma, or just the boxes that I need to, that I want ticked. That okay, she's pretty. She is very friendly. She is, well, most of it. She's focused. So that's one of the things that really get my attention. She's really focused, and she put her heart and everything into the relationship, and she really invests in a relationship. So, I don't want to disappoint her. Just like she doesn't want me to what?
Yeah.
You don't want me to disappoint you as well. So that's just it. So, I find joy and happiness in the relationship. I was like at peace, relax,
Are you still at peace?
and happy.
Are you still at peace?
That would be for another day program.
Are you still at peace? You better answer now.
Yes.
Yes, for me, it's actually one thing that has not changed about you, and which I really appreciate from the very, very beginning, is actually kindness. You are very kind from day one. As in, you kind of pay attention to needs, not financially now, but I don't know, you can't just overlook when somebody is not happy or something like that. You are always willing to be there, pay attention. And to date, you are not, you are still that. I still see that in you, that paying attention to our relationship, and actually make every effort to make it grow and something interesting, and every time. So I do appreciate that. I believe kindness for me goes a long way, and I thank God that we still hold on to that, and we pray we'll continue to grow more and more. As I mentioned earlier, I just want to give every one of us the foundation of the way it starts. And there's a need for every marriage, even when it's very rocky. Take a pause and ask yourself, where did we start? And if you start in a very loving way, how did we get here? If it's a very messy place at the moment, ask yourself, how did we get here? Agreed. He is very kind. That's true. Thank you, Mr. Shola. Thank you so much. Yes, ask yourself, how do we get here? Because it's so key where you start from and where you are now. So if things is not working well, at some point in our relationship, it was rocky. Like, have you ever felt it? Did you felt it? You always believe that there's nothing wrong, that we've never faced any challenge.
Of course, that would be a lie now, or maybe I'm deceiving myself. But I think it's one of the norms in marriage. If you expect your marriage to, to go very smooth, if it works for you, maybe you are one of the lucky 1%. It works for. Yeah. But I expect, uh, it could be, but just to be able to manage and be able to scale past, such rough, and I always believe in that ride or die. We ride together, we die together. So that's me. Hardcore.
Hardcore. Blackie, hardcore. Yes, and let's move on to so many things. If you have not watched our video for last week, please do watch it. It's on YouTube, Chat with Abby. Let's build this community on the YouTube, because I realize I have a couple of people who do not even have clue about how this Facebook works. And I want to try as much as possible that my content to reach as many people as possible. That's why I'm putting it on the YouTube, because as you can see, a couple of guests that have this year, they actually struggle to get connected on YouTube. So for people like on Facebook, to bring them live, it was actually really difficult. So for people who are not on YouTube, on Facebook, I kept saying YouTube, people who are not on Facebook can actually benefit from YouTube. So Chat with Abby on YouTube. Please kindly subscribe to to my YouTube channel. Yes, why we are doing this season is a month of love that everybody is showing love, they're showing all sorts of things. People, somebody have once said to us, we don't realize how close we actually are.
Mhm.
We don't realize that we are that close until
Oh
people.
yeah, I know. I know
you,
some people saying something. So you go ahead. Go ahead. Maybe
you know,
I'm guessing.
yeah, we don't even realize that we are that connect or close until people start saying, oh, maybe because you people start dating when you are younger. And I was like, why that impression? And somebody said one day, I use a scenario that probably we are pretending because they just find it difficult that couple can be this, close, play together, laugh together, dance together. And we started getting like, can it be this is not normal? Or what do you think I'm talking about? What do you think?
Yeah, the same. I was thinking the same. That I remember that I think you mentioned it. Somebody mentioned it to you,
Yeah.
but not once.
Yeah.
Even when we were in Dublin, I
Yeah.
think in Ireland, I think we were like that. So we used to, play together, have fun together.
Yeah,
I always say, okay, go and bring your best friend. You'll be the first person I'll call.
definitely.
Go and bring your girlfriend. You'll
Yes.
be the person I'll call. Go and get your wife. You'll still be the person I'll call. So I always say that, okay, if we can't have that fun together, who am I going to be very comfortable with to have the fun? And I believe the same. We plan our days, we plan
Yeah.
our, holidays, we plan everything together,
Yeah.
have the fun together. It's a continuous and we try our best that we make sure that we should have fun and not get bored.
Exactly.
And we even date and date ourselves again and
Yeah.
plan dates and
Yeah.
go out together again.
Yeah.
Things like that. Yeah.
And we enjoy each other's company. Like, some people, I've heard people say, if children are not there, what would they be discussing? And that is actually very strange to us, that we look forward for the children to be like, go, 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 like out so that we can have our own time, go out, talk. Even sometimes we don't even go out. We're just at home, just chat and talk from one, oh, did you see what is on YouTube? We will talk. See what is on Facebook, we will laugh and we will talk. So it's so very worrying to see what things we are seeing, that when you see young couple are killing themselves over what's supposed to be a love.
Mm.
What's supposed to be a love is very worrying for us. We as a couple for the past 2 weeks, we're like, what is going on? And that's why I brought my guest last week. She talked about it, and I would like to hear from a man's view as well. Now, what are the signs you think any spouse will see to know their wife or their husband is overprotective? Do you think there will be a sign to say, this lady or this woman, she's overprotective, or my wife, my husband is overprotective?
Well, there may be a small sign, or sometimes maybe no sign at all. It's just some people, they are able to bottle some things, until until they can't handle it anymore. Why some people have to be immediate, reaction that, okay, oh, I see my husband, you know, going out. He said he's going to work and he's spraying on perfume. Like, oh, where is he going? You'll be calling the husband as he's going. Oh, are you at work? Okay. Can you turn on your video? Let me see what's going on. And things like that. So I wouldn't say it's jealous, because if you are married or believe somebody is your partner, you shouldn't, be jealous, because who are you jealous of? Are you thinking there's any other person seeing your spouse? But there are some little signs that one can pick up, like it could have been happening little by little by little. And sometimes it could end up as a joke. Sometimes it could end up as a threat. It could be verbal, I remember a friend. He's probably going to know I'm talking about him now. I'm sure the wife would know I'm talking about. I'm talking about their family. But uh, there's a different thing when you are hearing something, and there's a different thing when you now or your partner now said, "Oh, well, I'm very sorry. This is what happened," and things like that. And the wife went and said, "Oh, no problem," and she went downstairs and brought out a knife and said, "Okay, we are going to kill ourselves here."
Yeah.
And things like that. And the husband has said, "Oh, I was only joking with my friend," and I said, "I'm going to go to my wife and say these things to her." And I said, "Ah, please, what is my own now? Why?"
Why do you get me involved?
The wife was really angry with me at some point, but she now later realized that it was like kind of a prank that the husband was doing. But the husband just have to get out of that situation and just say, "Oh, it's my friend who said this," or who think, "Let's don't even try this thing with our wives," and things like that. But um, to go back to your question, about the overprotective issue. Uh, Ladies or men sometimes can be, if you put it that way in Yoruba. For those who don't understand Yoruba, who means they react aggressively. Um, could be literally two signs, like I mentioned earlier, that maybe if verbally threatening their husband. If you ever do this, if you ever do that, I will do this. It's not jealous, but it looks like it's like they are being jealous, or you know, uh, you. So some people will know their spouse to their weakness. I will put it that way, that their weakness. That if you see a woman with a big back, you know what I mean. So they will say, if that woman even look at their husband, that's it. Husband is gone. It's been stolen and things like that. And some men would see their wife that, if you see a guy tall, slim, handsome, and say, "Oh, can I have your number?" The wife will just go.
So, sorry to cut you short. So you're saying that they can be overprotective, which we might not say maybe it's jealousy, because for me, I would say maybe they have trust issue. Then some people could be, or some spouse could be overprotective, even with a family member. They don't want the husband or the wife to be, that close to their family. They just want it to be them. Lady T, Lady T, Lady T. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Sister Nikki, for joining us. Yeah, Mrs. Fadex. Thank you for joining us. Yes, Veronica, thank you for joining us. Thank you so much. I think that's Auntie Inka. Yeah, thank you, Ma, for joining us. Thank you very much. Yes. So, okay, please go ahead.
To do with the family, like, well, sometimes it could be about wealth. It could be about, maybe the husband weakness. Some family could be like, "Oh, uncle, I need some money," and the husband will just, like, without even thinking twice, just give them. But the wife has to play that role. But at the same time, you have to think: is she being overprotective, or is she trying to save her own side? Not even, maybe the husband will prioritize things outside of the immediate family to other family. Maybe they haven't paid a bill, and the husband is sending like £500 to one family who is stuck somewhere, who need help. So it might not be about over protective. It's a very thin line.
It is
to be able to, because we are human, unless we can only see what the person is trying to do. So jealous, protection, or overprotection, there's a very thin line between them. That's mine.
An issue of trust too, there is a thin line as well. If there is an issue of trust where there is at some point, there is maybe there is a little bit of, will I say, friction, or a little bit of, you know, where the trust have been betrayed. That could happen as well, that the wife just want to know, or don't let me even say the wife. I always like to use the word spouse, because we have seen that these days it's not about women alone, it's also about men as well. So where the some people, because of their past relationship, they find it like, this is mine now, I will do everything to protect it. I always say to, to people, you guide what you love, you protect what you love.
That's
You
right.
do everything to protect things that you love, especially your relationship. But when you are protecting it, what are you doing? Are you sending people away from you guys? Some people cannot stand their couple, their spouse, to have friends. They believe every friend will corrupt their husband, or every friend will corrupt their wife. So for that reason, they just want it to be you and I alone. So if he meets any friend, they will go, the way this friend looks is as if he will corrupt my husband. The way this woman looks is as if he will corrupt my wife. So when someone is overprotective like that, they pay attention to every little thing.
Yes, that could happen, but don't forget that you are dealing with adults here. That somebody it can happen.
Yeah.
But if I put myself in that, and somebody come to me and want to corrupt me, it's entirely up to me to say, oh, I'm going to do what the person is throwing at me. But at the end of the day, if somebody keep coming to you and giving some information, you start considering, is it right or wrong? So sometimes it's better to just, the first time you think about it, just no, I don't want this issue. It could affect my family.
That's right.
It could affect my children. It could affect my, my spouse.
Yeah, somebody mentioned there that some spouse don't want to see their families around.
Yeah, that is not being, I won't say overprotective. It could be for so many reasons. It could be for so many. In fact, maybe because we've seen situations where maybe in some religion now, say the father of this, or one of the spouse, let's say the male, the husband, has like 3 wives or 4 wives, and they don't see anything wrong with it. So when it comes to the spouses themselves,
it's like you can do the same.
Yes, they start thinking, your father have to. I don't see anything wrong with it. And when family starts saying that, oh, this woman, it could be because of our people. They start thinking, oh, it's a male child. They don't have male child. So, oh, maybe you should try another woman. So when people start poisoning the ears and start telling all these issues, maybe you should try this. I know somebody. If you use microscope, you don't even need microscope. You can see children all over the lady. So things like that. So
to make the other spouse.
So it could be one of the reasons. So many reasons. So many.
And somebody is saying, sorry to cut you short. Yeah. Somebody is saying that treat people how you want to be treated, and unfortunately, in a marriage, sometimes it's not always like that. It could be one-sided. It's like, is my family. I'm sorry to say, but sometimes it could be from the husband's side mostly, that the husband might be very open-handed, like to his own family, but when it comes to the wife family, it might be like, oh, have a boundaries. The way they do in Nigeria, they will tell you, not in Nigeria, maybe our culture. I use Nigeria because I'm in Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian. So they will say, okay, that family or kolonile, like is the from the husband's side, those are the people that have the upper hand, in the family. But you as a couple should know this is your home. We should welcome our family. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah, but some of the family will come to your house and create a lot of friction, a lot of problem. What you guys have been managing and you are happy to carry on. Me, I love to cook, for example. I love cooking. Ever since I can, grind pepper and put